Hi everybody,
Hi.
Sharon here, Cynthia Page with Shaping Memories, and we have a great morning yoga class scheduled for you today. We'll move through some poses, working through the whole body, very gentle, very beginner friendly. So if you've never done yoga before, maybe you tried it last time, welcome, and we'll get started. Make sure you have a chair that has no arms on it. If you have arms, then just work with what you have. Make sure that your feet are able to reach the ground at a 90, your legs are at a 90-degree angle. So you don't want to be up too high or, dangling. If you are dangling, get a book, get a pillow, get a blanket, or some yoga blocks, and that'll help keep your posture nice and tall. So you'll come to the middle of your chair. Get started here. Nice tall spine, and work with your body. So really pay attention to what's going on in your body and listen to your body. If something is hurting or not feeling nice, then just adjust it and do what you can do. And the other thing is go ahead and pay attention to your breath. We really want to tap into the breath here. The breath is so healing, and a lot of us are spending most of the day just breathing in the top of our lungs. So whenever you have the opportunity, I suggest breathing as deeply as you can, really filling up the lungs all the way down into the belly, and then exhaling using your stomach muscles to push all of the air out. So we'll work on the breath today. We'll work on stretching all of the major muscle groups and getting some flexibility and mobility in the joints. All right, so let's get started, please. Okay, hands to heart center. We always begin in Anjali Mudra. This is just a prayer pose, just showing reverence for your body, for your time, for your space, for your breath. So big deep breath in through the nose. Fill up your belly, fill up your lungs, and then exhale out of your mouth. You can close the eyes here. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Keep breathing in. And we're just tapping into our physical body here. Bringing awareness to the spine. How long, how tall can your spine be? Breathing in and breathing out. And imagine the crown of your head just spiraling up towards the ceiling. Chin is lifted, and then go ahead and tuck the chin in just a little bit. Even if it's just a half an inch. Release the hands down to the side. Bring the shoulders up. Inhale. And then exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. So that posture right there is what you're looking for all day long. If you can keep your spine nice and tall, the shoulders relaxed back and down, the chin lifted, it's going to save your back a lot of problems. So just keep breathing. And let's roll out the shoulders a few times. Inhaling and exhaling. Throughout the yoga practice, we'll want to try and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. This is called Ujjayi breath or ocean breath. And the reason we do this is it allows you to really fill up your lungs, really expand the rib cage, and then it allows you to fully exhale all of that stagnant air that sits at the bottom of the lungs. So breathing in through the nose, constrict the back of the throat just a little bit, and then breathe out through the nose, keeping that same constriction. So it's like a nice steamy breath. If at any point you feel like you're overheating or you need to change the breath, then go ahead and start breathing out of your mouth. No problem. Hands to the knees. And let's just circle out the neck here. Very gently, very slowly. I know how important the spine health is. I pinched a nerve the other day in my sleep. I don't know what I was doing, but I woke up and I felt like I was in a car accident in my sleep. So yeah, the neck health is their muscles in through here are small muscles. They have a lot of weight to hold. really important to keep them flexible, keep them mobile.
So I'm doing this, I hear a lot of like pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, that's...
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, it's okay. As long as you're not in pain. That is just fluid and air moving through the joints. Yeah, you're fine.
Should I be concerned?
No.
Okay.
The only time you should be concerned is if you're in pain. And if you're in pain, you stop what you're doing and change the movement. Like right now, I'm feeling a little pain, but it's more of a gentle stretch pain and not severe pain. So come back to center, look forward, and we're just gonna gently look up to the ceiling, take an inhale. And then exhale, just looking down towards your knees. So really slow movements. Be kind to yourself, listen to your body. Inhaling, looking up. Keeping that long throat and long spine in the back of the neck. And then exhaling, looking down. We're not crunching anything here, just a gentle gaze down. And then come back to center. Let's just take the hands out to the side and inhale up. Lots of inhaling and exhaling going on. So breath to movement. So we exhale as we move the arms down. And then inhale, move the arms up. And exhale down. And inhale up. Yes, nerve damage or nerve pain is not a silly thing, but a weird thing. Because it can send pain into parts of your body that you didn't even know were associated with that area. So keeping our joints lubricated by moving every day is really important. Keep breathing in. This time hold the arms up. Open the fingers wide, so nice energy through the fingertips. Push the shoulders down. Lift through the belly, lift through the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the nose. Maybe sigh a little bit here. Make some noise. Inhale. Inhale. Now bring the arms out to the side, so straight arms. And then take the left fingers, flex them up, and the right fingers and flex them down. And inhale, switch. Exhale. Inhale, switch. Exhale. Lots of popping going on here. We are making some noise. Okay, so this time when you flex the left hand up, look towards it.
I'm going the right way, right?
Yeah. Okay. You could go the other way too, and then flex the right hand, look towards the right hand.
It's like a big string going across.
Yeah, you can feel
Connection to each other.
Yeah. You can feel, I feel from my middle finger all the way down the underside of my arm, a nice stretch. Let's do one more each side, inhaling and exhaling. This is also working the right and left brain together. Yeah, which is really good for memory and cognitive function. Okay, bring the arms down. Just rotate the arms in the sockets here, nice and easy. Inhaling and exhaling. If you're doing a lot of work at a desk or a computer, it's really important to work on the shoulders and the upper back. Well, the whole body really, but this is where we tend to hold a lot of tension. People having problems with carpal tunnel syndrome, yeah, not fun. Okay, arms come up to the front, and we're just gonna roll out the wrists, nice and gentle. Inhaling and exhaling. And then take it the other way. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice. All right, hands back down to the knees. Inhale, arms come straight up. On on your exhale, you're going to rotate the torso over to the right. So just moving the torso, not the hips, and then drop the arms down. Grab onto the back of your chair or down towards the bottom of the back of your chair, and then place your left hand on your left knee. Inhale, lift your heart. And on your exhale, see if you can find a little deeper twist. You can use your knee in the chair for leverage here, and just look back over the shoulder. So nice and gentle. Keep breathing. Each inhale, the heart lifts up just a little bit more. And each exhale, see if you can find a little more rotation. Don't push too hard. If this is the spot that's good for you, stay here. And I'd like to stay here for about 4 to 5 breaths. So just relax into the pose. And on your next exhale, go ahead and slowly release back to center. And gently find an easy little twist to the opposite direction. So we're kind of unwinding the spine. And then we'll go through that same process on the left side. So coming back to center. Maybe roll the shoulders up, back and down. Inhale, arms come up. And then on your exhale, rotate the torso. Drop the arms. Right hand to left knee, left hand to the back of your chair, wherever's comfortable for you. And maybe this is as far as your pose goes today. That's perfectly fine. Maybe you're even just here. That's okay too. So bring the hand to the back. Inhale up. And exhale, rotate. Even the eyes get a good stretch here. So you can take your eyes and just look back over the shoulder. Even if the neck doesn't go so far, get a nice stretch through the eyes. Sounds strange, but it's good for you. Inhaling, raising the heart up. Exhaling, a little deeper into the pose. One more deep breath. And on your exhale, slowly come back to center, through center, and over to the other side. So we're just unwinding the spine. It's important to keep energy moving through your spine every day. All right, come back to center, keeping that nice tall posture. And from here, I'm gonna have Cynthia stand up. And we're gonna extend our legs out in front of us.
Front of the chair? On my blocks.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you're fine. Yeah,
Keep them on my blocks.
Yeah, keep them on your blocks. And the knees don't have to be completely straight here. So we're gonna inhale the arms up, and we're gonna find a forward fold here. So slowly hinging from the hips, leading with your heart. And then Cynthia, you here can, let me just demonstrate. You're gonna find a forward fold, just bending over. So pulling in the belly, and then coming down as far as feels good for you, keeping the knees as bent as you need to for your hamstrings.
Do I need to bend my knees?
I would,
Okay.
unless you have really flexible hamstrings. I can't even keep them straight most of the time. So here,
Do I go all the way to my feet?
so go ahead and bend your knees and let your head just hang really heavy.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. And if you're in the chair, you're gonna do the same thing. Just gonna forward fold and just let your whole torso soften over the thighs. So try not to hold your head up, just let your head hang over.
Okay, like this?
Yep, loosey-goosey. So the shoulders in the sockets, the neck, the head, everything hangs really heavy. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And we're here for 3 deep breaths. So still, even sitting in the chair, you're going to feel a nice stretch down the back of the legs and all the way down your spine, into your head, into your neck. breath here. And we're gonna slowly roll up. So placing the hands on the shins, tucking, lifting through the belly, and then rolling up one vertebrae at a time. You can use your hands for support on the legs. Just walk it up. So what we've done is we've just created an inversion, and all the blood will flow towards the brain. And when you stand back up or sit back up, you may notice that you're feeling a little lightheaded or dizzy. That's normal. Just make sure you have support.
That feels good.
Nearby, yeah. So you would want to do that movement quite a few times.
It felt like a whole body stretch.
It really
Like a whole.
Yeah, you're getting the whole backside of the
Wow.
of the body, plus you're getting inversion with the extra blood flow to the brain, which is
It
wonderful.
also seemed like after each deep breath, on the exhale, you could go more.
And that's how it is. Yeah, with every yoga pose, that's what we're aiming for. Is on the exhale, we're able to go just a little bit deeper.
I just learned
Did
that
you feel
pose.
that?
I like it. I wasn't sure I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it's called. So that is called ragdoll. So you can either forward fold with a straight spine, and then you halfway lift, and you just keep repeating, or you can roll it down one vertebrae at a time. And you really feel your arms just let go, your head just let
It's
go.
just like weightless.
Like
It just
right
now.
yeah, it just feels really
It
amazing.
felt really good.
Yay, okay, good.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We want to feel amazing, we want to feel good. And I feel like yoga is the way.
Yeah.
It's really the way to do it. Okay, so you're still standing, so let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, cactus. So drawing the elbows towards one another. Perfect. You're gonna feel a nice stretch across the front of your chest. Inhale up, we'll do this 3 times. Always trying to link the breath with the movement, never holding onto the breath. And sometimes we get into these sticky spots in these poses where we want to hold to the
Yeah,
breath,
that's true.
but we need to really focus and just bring the arms back down. So this next pose that we're going to do is called Warrior 2. And if you're in your chair, you're going to come to the very edge of your chair, take your left leg and swing it open. So foot's pointing out to the side. No, you're going to stay up. I'm going to show you. So you can do the same thing. Spread your legs.
Like
Open your legs. Yep, just like that. And then in the chair, we're going to take this leg, and you can either stay right here where you are, or you're going to extend the leg out. Yep. Perfect. The hips, you're going to feel a nice stretch through the hips. So pushing the left knee open. The right leg is extended all the way down. Turn the torso towards the front. Inhale, arms come straight out to the side.
Oh.
Yep, there it is. Now look out over the left hand, right at your middle finger, and beyond. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So here we're really grounded through the legs. That left knee is opening up so you feel stretched through the inner thigh. If you wanted to take this a step further from your chair, if you're feeling really strong in the legs, just shift the weight into that front foot. Push the back foot down and lift up off the chair, just maybe a half an inch. You don't even have to leave the chair, but just push energy through those muscles, strengthening the legs. And go ahead and release, bring it down. Bring the legs slowly. You can just heel toe the legs back together. They come back to center, then we'll do the other side. So right leg opens up, kind of a 90-degree angle, toes pointing out and away. Your torso is still facing the front. Left leg comes out to the side. Nice flat foot here. Just kind of feel into that.
make sure I do it right.
Yeah, you're good. Your front heel is intersecting your back arch. If that makes any sense. So you have a nice flat plane here. Then we inhale, arms come out to the side, looking at that middle finger on the right hand, and then just beyond. This is called your drishti gaze. Drishti gaze is a point that you look at that doesn't move. Breathe in. Lift the heart, lift up through the belly. Open through the right thigh. So pushing that right knee open, you're gonna feel some sensation on the inner thigh. And standing, you can take it all the way down to a 90-degree angle if that's in your practice. Big deep breath. This is a very grounding and strengthening pose. You're flexing through the arms, you're flexing through the legs, the feet are firmly in contact with the ground. And go ahead and slowly release the arms. Heel toe the feet back to center. Oh, that was good. I felt that. Where are we at with time? Oh, 21 minutes, perfect. Okay.
Okay.
That's great. Okay, so now you're standing, and you can try this pose standing. We did this pose last time, but I like to do it every class because it's so good for the hips. We're going to cross the right foot over the left knee, and I'm going to show you how to do it standing. And the right hand comes to the right inner thigh or knee. The left foot or right foot is flexed. So that's very important. We keep this foot flexed so that we don't tweak the knee. This may be enough for you. You may feel your hips may be talking to you already in this pose, and that's perfectly fine. If you want to take it a little deeper, inhale. And on the exhale, you're just going to lean the torso forward. So you may feel a nice sensation there. How far over you go is up to you and your practice, your body, how it's feeling today. The further you lean forward, the more you're going to feel that stretch in the hip. When we're standing and we do this pose, you might want to hold on to the edge of your chair. So you're going to put your balance into that left leg and do the same motion with the right leg, crossing it over above the left knee. So you want to cross it over above your ankle.
Above the knee?
Above the knee, and push your leg in.
Like this?
Yep. Because if you're on the joint, you could hurt your ankle.
Okay.
So it's really important to...
So you set your foot down, or
You're going to flex your foot, and then you're slowly going to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Lift your heart. The belly is in for support for the lower back. And you're just taking some deep breaths here. So you can see it's the same sensation as when you're sitting down. This is just giving you a little more balance in that left leg. So you're working more on stabilizing your whole body in this balanced pose. And then the next level would be just to bring the hands to the heart.
let's see if I'm able to do that.
And it's good to challenge yourself. If you're not in pain, if it's not hurting yourself and it feels great,
We gotta practice.
challenge yourself. Poor Paige, she's been
I'm
sitting there.
in this chair. I'm right here.
She's been sitting in
That
that
was
pose.
hard. I'm just like, I know, like it is supposed for, but no, my question, are we stretching the same thing? Like she's
Absolutely.
stretched out the same way. I'm
She's
getting
stretching
stretched
the
out.
same thing, but she's also working on her balance.
Balance, okay.
And that leg, strengthen that left leg.
That is an amazing pose. And
It's the first
yes.
time.
I try to do it and it's really hard, but
Yeah, good
holding
time.
onto the chair helps.
Yeah, it
So
gives
then
you-
after you practice, I imagine that you're able to do it since you practice
hold
the
it, yeah.
balance.
I'm
And
happy
you
to
can
stay
release-
right here in this chair.
You can release that one now. We have to do
Okay.
the other side. So we always want to
Okay,
make
I'm
sure that
sorry.
no, it's okay. We want to make sure that we balance, right? So now feet are parallel. We're just going to cross the left foot over now, making sure that where we cross is above the ankle and above the knee. Flex the foot and just kind of wiggle into this pose. Like I said, maybe this is perfect for you. Maybe your hips are really tight. This is a good starting point. You can
So
just sit
when we
here.
did the other, like the last one,
Uh-huh.
that was very, very tight. So would you say my hip is, like this hip is tight or is my leg tight? Like this is very comfortable. But when you did it the
Yeah,
other way,
yeah.
it was not really comfortable.
So you have a band of tissue that runs all the way down from your hip to the outside of your knee. that it's called the IT band, and that gets really tight.
So that was
Plus
like tight.
the actual hip into the hip joint. So what you're doing here is you're just allowing that to kind of open up. So each breath, like you said earlier, each breath, each exhale, you can feel like it's opening a little more. And it's amazing the power of the mind over the breath, or with the breath, and what it can do in your body. If you just intend to send the breath to that area, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the difference. So you can hold it here, or you can come a little farther and just lean over. Don't forget to breathe. Nice. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. And you can even pulse with this. So you can inhale, lift your heart a little, and then exhale, pulse down into it. One more like that. Inhale and exhale. Perfect. All right, come back to center. And then slowly guide your leg down. And let's just shake out the legs a little bit here. Shake out the arms. Breathe deep. Another really important group of muscles or joints that we tend to forget about is our feet. So with the feet, and when you're up on blocks, you'll have to push your blocks forward just a little bit. But we're just gonna take the toes and scrunch them up and crawl across the floor with them. And you can do this at any time when you're sitting watching TV or whatever. Just sliding across and then pushing back. So you wanna do that a few times. Just moving the toes in a little bit different way than what they're used to moving in.
I like that. It feels good.
Like a little massage for your joints. So bringing attention, awareness to the feet. The feet tend to get really tight when we don't use, especially if you're not walking a lot. This is really important to keep the feet mobile. The joints can tend to get really stiff. All right, so let's scoot back to center again. And now we're gonna just raise up onto the balls of the feet. So you can see I'm just lifting my heel and then pushing the heel down. So lifting up and pushing down, still breathing in and breathing out. Yeah. This is a nice one. Okay. So now that we've warmed up the feet, we'll do a little bit more with the feet here. So find that nice tall spine again. You can hold on to the edge of your chair for support. We're gonna extend the left leg out, and it doesn't matter how high or how low, whatever works for you. Pointing and flexing the foot. So inhaling and exhaling, and really articulating through the whole foot. So nice and slow. Circle around, so draw a big circle with your big toe. Just 3 or 4 times in one direction and then switch, go the other way. And this whole time, if you notice, you're squeezing this thigh and your belly is helping to keep the leg up. So you're using all these muscles in the front here. And release the foot down, shake the legs out. Nice. Do the other side. So flexing through the foot, you're gonna activate that quadricep muscle and pull in the core to help lift. You're gonna notice you're gonna want to hunch over here, or you might lose your length in your spine. So you just need to work on this whole area, sucking it in, lifting the heart, and pointing and flexing the toes. Breathing deep. Be quite challenging, so if you need to lower it down, no big deal. As long as you're moving and breathing, then everything is fine. need to stretch through these hip flexors. When you're sitting a lot, these tighten up. And when these tighten up, they put extra pressure on the lower back. So if we can get a nice stretch through the hip flexors every day, that's a great thing. A really easy way to do it would be to lay on the floor and stretch, or to stand up. If you're standing, we're gonna come into a lunge, and I'm gonna show you how to do it on the chair. It's kind of like when we did the warrior two pose. So you open with the left leg, 90-degree angle, and instead of having the torso facing forward, we're gonna come into that same lunge position, but this knee is going to turn towards the floor. Does that make sense? So really get onto your chair and hold on. Now, if you're feeling like you have a little bit more strength and balance and you wanna stand up and do it, you'll do it like Cynthia, and you're going to rotate the hips towards that knee and feel a nice stretch through here. So the back knee kind of drops down. You're up on the ball of the back foot.
Like that?
And you're using the chair for support. So you want to tuck the pelvis in until you start to feel something in this area. So I'm using the corner of the chair for support and holding on to the back of the chair so I don't fall off. And then pushing, lengthening through the back leg, pushing the hip forward. And you should feel something right there in that hip flexor.
I do.
Good. Perfect. Now breathe into it.
Am I trying to go forward or just stay
Torso stays upright.
upright?
Because as soon as you lean forward, you lose the stretch.
Yeah.
So you want to keep the torso upright. The belly is lifting you up. The heart is lifted. The hips are turned towards that bent knee. And the pelvis is tucked in slightly until you feel the stretch.
Oh, I feel it.
Now, if you needed to, you could always stand behind your chair and hold on to the chair for a little extra support. If you want to go in between sitting and standing, that's a great way. All right, slowly release. Keep holding onto your chair for support. And we're just gonna wiggle heel toe back to center. You always want to move into these poses very slowly and move out of them very slowly. Maybe shake out the legs.
I can understand why, because sometimes, like, I know it happens to a lot of people, you're sitting down in a chair for so long, and then you get up all of a sudden, and then you pull something, and you're like, ah.
It's like a whiplash effect.
Yeah.
Yep, I know. I did it in my sleep.
And you're wondering why it hurts if you've been sitting, but sitting too long.
Yeah. Well, the muscles get kind of locked in that position, so when you go to move, they're confused. So we want to just keep moving, keep flowing, no matter how old you are, you have to move your body. So never let that be an excuse, right? Open the right leg this time, toes pointing away. Then you're going to rotate the torso towards that knee. Extend the left leg out behind you. Take your time getting into this until you feel well supported.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. Now, from here, make sure that the hips are rotated towards the knee. The torso is lined up with the hips, so nice and tall, shoulders back and down, belly's lifting. Take a little tuck through the pelvis. You can bend your back knee a little bit, Cynthia, if you want. Your front knee out.
Just like this.
Yeah, just work until you feel that stretch right in through here in the hip flexor. Yeah, so right where that crease is, that's where you want to feel that nice stretch. And it will travel down the front of the quadricep as well. Big deep breaths. The longer that we hold these poses, the better, obviously. And I always like to, when I feel like I'm ready to give up, just give it 1 or 2 more breaths. So let's do one big deep breath together. And slowly come out of the pose. So we're just going to heel toe back to the center. And We are 35 minutes, so I think we're done. And I think we did get through all of the muscle groups, so that was really nice.
That was
So
nice.
let's just have a seat, and we'll end our practice by bringing our hands together at heart center, just kind of sealing in all of the work that we've done. And if you have time, you'll want to just sit in this meditative pose for a few minutes. Just sit with the breath, sit with yourself, sit with your body. Let your mind be clear. And let that sense of relaxation, that sense of peace just follow you throughout the rest of your day. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's amazing.
Yay! Till next time.